This video is for the Lift Above Poverty organization, aka LAPO Bank. Here are the things that I would advise you guys at LAPO to do if you guys want to appeal to the younger audience. Now, I have different reasons for making this video. Number one, I am a LAPO user and I genuinely love the bank and everything, and I genuinely want to see this brand reach a different potential. But the main reason why I'm making this video is because of an article that I saw from Tech Cabal saying that basically that they built their bank app so that way they could appeal to a younger audience. Oh, and by the way, I do have a video reviewing the LAPO bank app. You can check the description box below to see that video. Anyway, for LAPO, this is my way of showing you guys support by making as much content as possible and using your bank and stuff. So yeah, with that out of the way, let me talk about things you guys can do to appeal to a younger audience. Now let's start with your apps and your cards and everything before we go to the other stuff. The first thing that you have to do with your app is to fix it. Yes, fix it. Now, if you watch my video on LAPO, I was talking about how now that for the app, you're meant to be able to open an account without you having to go anywhere. But however, for me, when I had tried to register on the LAPO app and everything, it wouldn't even give me an account number. It wouldn't let me even register completely. And so I had to end up going to the LAPO branch just to open an account. The average young person, or let me even say the average customer in Nigeria, once they see that they cannot register on your app, they're going to ditch you and they're going to go to someone else. In fact, the average young person does not even have that time to go to the bank and everything. Like, if I'm being very honest, like, see me, I hate going to the banks like many times, like to do this and that. Like, it's obviously so stressful. I want something that I can use without having to go anywhere, which is why you guys should try and fix this thing, because if you can fix this type of stuff, trust me, you are going to get more people and everything. Here's next you guys can do with your app. Have a feature where now that somebody can order a debit card from you. Instead of them having to go to the bank and everything, they can order one from you directly. Why am I saying this? This is because many digital banks in Nigeria give you that option where now that you can order their cards and everything to your home and whatnot. And LAPO, the truth is that you guys have a very huge advantage compared to the digital banks and everything. Now, the advantage you have is the fact that you guys are literally in every single state. You have a branch or branches in every single state in Nigeria. This is an edge that you guys have because the average digital bank in Nigeria is only headquartered in Lagos or something, which means that they can only favor people who live in Lagos. But if you live in other states, they can't favor you at all. And let me give you an example. This is my card from Kuda Bank. Because I don't live in Lagos, it took months before this card could reach me. This is my card from Capital Metric. It's a microfinance bank. And it took months as well before this card could reach me. Finally, this is my card from Source Microfinance Bank. This card also took months before it could reach me. And you know, funny enough, I forgot about this card. I literally forgot about this card. And then one day I went out somewhere and then I got a call saying, oh, we have a delivery for your card. Where are you? And everything. And that day I wasn't home, but luckily for me, I had somebody who could pick up the card for me. This is something that poses as a problem. And this is where you guys can solve this type of thing. Because if these people are taking months just to deliver your card and everything, you guys should solve the problem and let somebody get their card in a day or within days or something. I can tell you that when you do this, you are going to appeal to so many young people in Nigeria. Like, I'm telling you, even I'm going to, I'm going to be so happy if you guys actually do this. Next up, let's still talk about your debit cards. Now, when it comes to your debit cards and everything, your cards don't really work online. If you watch my video where I tested out the LAPO app, I talked about how I used the card on Google Play. It didn't work, even though your cards are Verve cards, and Verve cards are supposed to work on Google Play and stuff. But for some reason, your stuff just wasn't working. I also tried this card on Chowdeck because on your Instagram page, I saw that you were having this deal with Chowdeck and stuff. I tried using my card there and it didn't work either, which is why you guys should really fix this online thing, because young people love paying for stuff online. Someone like me, I love paying for stuff like, subscription, like all this Spotify, and I love paying for stuff like Jumia. I love paying for Chowdeck. I just love paying for all this online stuff because it's just so convenient. which is why you guys should not only have like that online compatibility with your cards, but here is one extra step you guys could take as well. Now remember, I made a video in the past talking about banks that were made by telecom companies like MTN, Airtel, and so on. You can check the description box below. Now, if you watched that video, I talked about Momo PSB, which is a bank from MTN. Now, Momo PSB had this very unique feature where now that it had like web apps instead of like apps that you could use to book flights or buy gift cards or, you know, invest money and everything. But the one type of app that caught my attention is Chowdeck. Now, basically with Momo PSB, it allows you to order from Chowdeck without you having to have the Chowdeck app in the first place. As long as you have money in that Momo PSB, it links to the Chowdeck, and then from there, you can easily pay for a meal without having to open your app and do transfer. You get what I mean? And this is where you guys can solve that problem. Remember the discount thing I talked about earlier with LAPO and stuff? You guys can have like the web app version of Chowdeck in your app, and then make it such a way that somebody can still get that discount without them having to open that Chowdeck and everything, like the app from, you know, their app store or play store in the first place. You get what I mean? Let that thing be within your app, and then try to have other web apps as well. Let me just tell you, before I filmed this video, I've been trying to pay for my Prime Video and stuff in Nigeria, and it's really, really stressful, if I'm being very honest with you. We don't really have any platform that supports, you know, payment of Prime Video and everything. And this is where you guys can solve that problem. You can even do it with apps like AudioMac and so on. I mean, AudioMac, people can pay for it easily, but still, you guys can solve this problem. I'm telling you guys, if you actually implement all this stuff here, you are going to attract so many young people in Nigeria. Like, you're going to get an influx of users, because when people see this type of stuff, they're going to want to trust you and everything. Oh, and I almost forgot one last thing when it comes to the app and everything. Now, when you open the app for LAPO, it tells you that you can get a customized card or something. But however, you know, when you open the app and everything, there's no evidence of this. Now, what you guys can do instead is this. Let's assume that, you know, you give the option that somebody can order a LAPO card to their house or whatnot. I don't know. Have this type of feature where now that, for example, if I have a debit card and I want to, you know, like customize the card to make it look different, like I want it to have a different color or a different image or whatnot or something like that, give that feature to us, the customers and everything. Like, give us all this like type of customization and everything, because there's no bank in Nigeria that lets you customize how your debit card looks like. The only thing that we have that's close to that is like a lot by Wema, but their stuff is very limited by the templates that they already have. I think I checked their app the last time and they don't really have that anymore, but still. This is where you guys can solve this type of problem, because if you give the young people the option to customize their card and how it wants to look like and stuff, you're going to get a lot of customers, because people want to do things that are crazy. Like, you know, young people are crazy in a cool type of way. Now, anyway, let's just leave your app for now. And if you guys have any other suggestions of things that they could put in their app and everything that you young people might like, because we're all young here, I'm a young person, comment below. Now, if you guys want to get young people, when it comes to your social media, you have to portray yourselves differently to appeal to the young audience. Now, I have gone through LAPO's page on Instagram, and I can tell you for a fact that most of the stuff you have on your page does not appeal to the young people at all. I'm so sorry, but it just doesn't appeal. I also found the TikTok page of LAPO, and guess what? There's no content there. And also, I have checked your YouTube as well. It just has older people there and not something that can appeal to the young people. Which is why, if possible, hire young people when it comes to making content. Like, I mean, the main place that I would say you guys should really be hammering on is TikTok. Make that TikTok page alive. Hire young people to do different things with your bank and stuff. Like, I made a video talking about if I had the capacity to run a microfinance bank or something, like when it comes to the social media and everything, what I would do. Check the description box below. Now, you guys can try to implement some of this stuff, but with young people, because if people see young people there, It's going to give them a reason to trust your bank and everything. And then over time, your bank has a different perspective. Like if you guys try any of those things that I mentioned in that video, I believe that you are going to get young people. But still, you guys can still try out different things. If you can hire young social media managers, young content creators, young content ideators or something like that, you are really good. You're going to be good and stuff. But the main thing that I will say you guys should do, LAPO, if you want to attract young people overall, is to work with influencers. Do a lot of brand collaborations, because I have checked your page and literally there is no influencer that has done a collaboration with LAPO at all. I haven't seen any single influencer. You guys should work with all types of influencers, whether they're big, whether they're small, anyone in any type of niche. You guys need to be working with them. Now, there's one candidate I have in my mind right now that I believe that will actually represent LAPO very well. I'm pretty sure many of us know Asher Kine. He's that dude that gives away money and all that type of stuff. You get what I mean? Like, he's really popular and everything with the young people, which is where you guys can come in. You guys can pay him however much he wants. If he wants 100 million, 200 million, if he wants $1 billion, even though realistically, I don't think he would want that type of money. I don't think he charges that much. But still, you guys should hire someone like him, basically. And when you hire him, let him, like do his thing where he gives away money. He goes to your branch, he does this and that, blah, blah, blah. You get what I mean? And then, even though people are going to react in a weird type of way, like, LAPO, what the heck is that? Like, I know that people are going to react in that type of way. And that's a good thing, because you guys are going to get clout from Asher. And then from there, people are going to go to LAPO because of his video. It's going to cause this type of chain reaction, which is what you guys should be wanting. Oh, and before I end this video, there's one more thing that I would say that you guys can do. Now, I live in Enugu, and Sterling Bank is doing this campaign, or they did this campaign. I'm not sure if they're doing it right now, but just know that they did this campaign where now that if you register with them, you get like 5,000 naira. Like once you register and everything, do something like that if possible. In fact, try to up them. If they're giving 5,000, you guys should give out 10,000. Do you get what I mean? It would be a nice way to basically, like get people involved in LAPO and stuff. Like maybe you will not do this with every single state, but some states you guys can do it. Maybe some you might not. I don't know how it's going to work, but still try doing something like that if possible. So yeah, that will be all for today's video. If you have any things that you believe that LAPO should do to appeal to the young people, please comment below. And as always, LAPO, if anyone is watching this, try and implement this stuff, okay? Bye.